the finished product. Yes, sun the best. Guys, remember, Flaming Hot is the channel where the cooking never stops. Flaming Hot. Cooking never stops. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel, to all the viewers and the subscribers. So today we'll be preparing some oxtail. Yes, all right. So when you have your oxtail, it tends to some of the oxtail tends to have a lot of fat on it, as you can see on this one. So what we'll be doing first is try to clean up our oxtail, get off most of the fat before we actually take it into the cooking process. All right, so you want to clean off all the fat, the excess fat, as much as possible. When you do that, it helps to reduce the amount of oil that you see in the pot when you are cooking. All right, if you allow the fat to stay on it, then during the cooking process, or even after it is finished cooking, then you tend to see a lot of fat, or should I say fat, a lot of oil on the surface of the pot. Now look at this. See? Not a lot of fat on this one. Not a lot of fat here. So this, you have little or nothing to clean from here. But compared to this one now, you see fat here, so you want to get off some of that fat, the excess fat. Take off as much as possible before you actually bring it into the cooking process. All right, so once you have finished taking off the fat from your meat, then the next stage is to get it washed. So as usual, once you're washing your meat, you have to add a bit of, yes, you have to add a bit of that in the water and allow the cooking process, or should I say the washing process, allow it to be washed and get rid of some of that odor that we don't like in our meats. All right, so we wash it thoroughly as possible, and then we strain off this water, and then we move into the season up process. All right, so remember, here on Flaming Hot, we tend to do our cooking a bit different from everyone else. Our signature cooking is totally different. So now, in my seasoning up process of this here oxtail, at this time, all I will be adding to it is a bit of all-purpose seasoning, just like that. So when I add this now, all I will be doing is simply just massage this in, just rub it in, ensure say all the season is spread evenly throughout this here meat. It's spread evenly on it, right? So each piece of the meat has a bit of seasoning on it. And this is as far as I go in my seasoning process at this time. Now from here, I'll be going into the browning process of the meat. Alright, so at this point, you want to ensure that your pot is hot with a bit of fat in it, yeah? You want to ensure that it's flaming hot, alright? Now at this point, you want to put your oxtail in, you know, piece by piece. Remember, you just want to have a small amount of fat in the pot and ensure that it is hot. You don't want to add any large amount of fat, you know, because you know the oxtail tends to have a lot of fat. When it's cooking, you will see all the necessary oils being released from it. So when it's here, all you want to do at this point is ensure that it has color on both sides. When I said color, you want to ensure that it has a bit of brown color. So we would call that process saute. You know, you just want to get a bit of color before you start the remainder of the cooking process of your oxtail. So when it's here, you just, you know, tend to turn it. So as you can see, it's not getting the color that we're looking for as yet. So you want to allow it to get a bit more color. And then you continue to turn it. And once it has achieved the color that you're looking for, then you move into the next phase of the cooking process with your meat. Alright, and remember, here on Flaming Hot, the cooking never stops, and we always have our signature. Our way in which we cook is totally different from other persons. Now drop a comment and let me know if this is the way you cook your oxtail or you have a different way of doing it. Alright, leave me a comment and let me know if you brown it first and then you put it in the pressure cooker, or you just season it up everything one time and then you add it in the pressure cooker. Drop a line, leave me a comment and let me know. So we just continue to stir. Yeah, you just want to ensure that it's brown. Before we actually add it into the pressure cooker. Alright, as you can see, it's coming together. It's getting there slowly but surely. Remember, leave a line in the comment section. Let me know if this is your style, how you do your oxtail. This is the way you do it, or you throw your browning and everything in it, and then you just throw it in the pressure cooker and allow it to cook. Leave me a comment and let me know if that's the way you do yours. But this is how I do mine. Alright? Here on Flaming Hot, remember, the cooking never stops. Now this is what I'm talking about when I say you have to ensure that the meat is brown before you add it to the pressure cooker, right? As you can see here, it actually start the cooking process. It start to be brown, alright? So this is how I do my oxtail. This is the process I put it through, before I actually put it inside the pressure pot. Look at it. So from here, all I will be doing is adding this to the pressure pot and set it for about 10 to 15 minutes, probably 15 minutes, and allow it to tenderize. Yes, so at this point I will be adding the oxtail to the pressure cooker. Right? Alright, so I won't be adding any liquid to the pot as yet. Right? Because what I want to add to it is the glaze from the pot that I just use to saute the meat. So this is the pot that I use to saute the meat. And to make the glaze, all we're going to do is add liquid to this here pot and allow it to boil. So when this boils up, then we will be adding this to our oxtail as the liquid. So this is our liquid that we will be adding to our oxtail. Yes, this is the glaze from the pot that we were using earlier to saute our oxtail. So now I will be adding the liquid to the pot. Yes. Steaming, flaming hot. So what I'll be doing now is just cover this and allow it to cook for 15 minutes. Right? Alright, so now in the meantime, I will be preparing my garnishes that I'll be using in my oxtail. Yeah, so I'll be using purple onion along with regular onion, scallion, bit of thyme, and also I'll be using carrot as well. So now is the time where I prepare all these garnishes and have it on standby to put in my oxtail. Alright, so this is the point where I do all that necessary preparation, and then you will see where I will be adding all of this in my oxtail. Again, leave me a comment, drop a line, let me know where you add yours, if you do your prep and ensure that everything is put in the pressure cooker at once, and then you just leave it there. You put on the timer and then you leave it, or you go through a process as I do and ensure that the meat is brown before, and then you add it to the pressure cooker. Alright, leave me a comment, drop a line, and let me know how you do yours. Tell me about your style. Alright, so now we continue cutting our onions. Remember, you have to be careful when you're using the chef knife. You don't want to get any undue injury while going through your preparation process. You don't want to add any meat that is not supposed to be in the pot, alright? So here is our carrot. All I'll be doing with this carrot is just cut it in here in two, and then yeah, that's it for the carrot. Remember, your knife has to be sharp, and in the same breath have to be careful when using your tools, right? Don't want to have any unnecessary injury or any extra meat that is not supposed to be in the pot. Don't want to have any fingers, any fingernail, or anything of that sort. Yeah? Remember now, when you're doing your scallion, you're supposed to take off all the dry the dry skin, yes, and the dry leaves, right? You do all of that, then you cut your root off, you wash it, and then you cut it according to how you want it to be cut, right? So for me, this is how I want mine to be cut. Remember, cannot stress on this. You have to be too much. You have to be very careful when using the knife in the kitchen, alright? Don't try and have any accident. Alright, so for my thyme, all I'll be doing with this thyme is just wash it and put it in the pot as is. Nothing else will be done to this. So after 15 minutes in the pressure cooker, this is what our oxtail looks like, right? So now we're going to continue the process. So over here I have my pot filled with olive oil, so I'm going to be sauteing my garnishes at this moment. So you remember all the onion and scallion that I cut up earlier along with the carrot. These are now being sauteed. Now once they are sauteed and you smell the fragrance being extracted, it's time for you to add your So this is how I do my oxtail, right? At this point, I would use the opportunity now to add the browning to this. Adding my browning just to color lightly. And for thickening purpose, I use ketchup. So now is the time I will be adding my ketchup as well. Look at that. All you're required to do at this point is just allow this to simmer for another 2 to 3 minutes, and your oxtail is ready. At that point now, after simmering, you can add your beans, whether it be broad bean or butter bean. Alright, so at this point now, I would be allowing this to simmer just a bit more. Look at the oxtail in the pot. I'll be adding my beans. Yes. Broad beans. Now, dinner is ready. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for dinner to be served. Yes, our oxtail is ready, and we are now going to be putting the meal on plate. Right? Yes, nice. Now, along with this rice, we will be having some vegetables. Look on the rice, I fall apart, man. Hey, rice, stay together. Right? So, having some vegetable here as well on the plate, and then we will be adding our main item for the day, which is our, yes, you guess it, our oxtail. Yum, 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 yum. Now, leave a like, comment, and let me know if you like what you are seeing. Yes, look at it. My oxtail and my rice and peas with vegetable. Yes, another Sunday best completed. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing these videos. Thank you for subscribing. Yes. Yeah. This is what I will be having today. Yeah. My red wine along with my oxtail. Look at it. Yes.